when RHU is launching its College of Arts three programs, journalism, elementary education, and English language, which are the key issues to enlighten and pave ways of developing undergraduate studies to reach the desired levels of structure and operation on sustainable basis and catch all advantages which will further justify the development of students. You winners, it wasn't Lady Luck who smiled on you and brought you here. Instead, it was your good performance. So today, we clap and cheer because you have done it the hard way. You expressed, wrote, and produced, and got your sons all right. Today is your day in the sun. We are proud of you and what you have done. We think that you deserve to be winners, and will let it be repeated for far and wide, and that you research through and through. Together we can win. I know that all of you are talented. All of you are driven. I know that none of us can do this alone, but together we can. I'm deeply pleased that all of you have been able to join us for the closing of this event. Your presence is itself a symbol of the wonderful diversity that characterizes RHU. Your interest, support, gives added meaning to our celebration, as we honor today a group of promising grown-ups who culminate so happily at this moment. Now, I want to finalize my words by presenting the results of the second National Public Speaking, the first National Essay Writing and Video Production that took place at RHU, and again, remarkably well prepared. Thank you.
Speakers, when you go on stage, you have to make sure your speech is between 3 to 5 minutes. And you remain on stage because judges will be asking you questions.
Without any further delay, let's start with our first public speaker. Let's give a hand for Abdallah Dandashli.
Honorable jury, fellow audience, I care about corruption, but mostly I care about its consequences. So I ask you the following questions. Do you accept that others call you weak secretly? Would it be okay for you to be indirectly oppressed? To be designed to follow a specific route or not to have a say either today or tomorrow? I once willingly rejected these questions, but only now do I realize how ignorant I was, how all of us are blindfolded. But by whom, you may ask? It's by the discreet oppressors of our world. However, our fear impedes us from untying the blindfolds. Those oppressors are not aliens to be afraid of. They are governments, company owners, politicians that conceal the truth. They control us by feeding us lies and seducing our defenseless minds. I stand here today as an anomaly to the mind of those oppressors. I stand here today to verify a doubt about those oppressors. I stand here today to let you control your fate. Admitting you have a problem is the first step towards solving it. At first, they control us by feeding us lies and seducing our defenseless minds. I stand here to tell you that knowledge is of the essence for dominance. To begin with, we surrender to fear, which is imaginary, non-existent. However, we have created it ourselves. It is fear of knowing the unknown. Admitting you have a problem is the first step towards solving it. As I ponder on the current situation, I am tempted to think about the exposed oppressors by other oppressors, such as Genghis Khan and Adolf Hitler. But only recently have I asked the bitter question. What about the so-called good guys? Do you think the United Nations is actually solving poverty? It's just a big title that gives the latter a long-term reputation. Because poverty can never be solved for several undebatable reasons we are too blind to see. They tell you they are trying. Isn't trying to solve a hopeless cause while spending precious resources on it and leaving other resolvable cases an act that gives doubt about the true intention of these people? They are still humans with knowledge and greed. What ensures us that they aren't taking advantage of that knowledge and abusing our rights? A minute ago, I mentioned the infamous Adolf Hitler as an exposed oppressor. However, only now do I realize that he could be a possible anomaly. He took a physical approach due to his drastic conditions. Hitler was under harm's way, suppressed by the victors of his time. Where negotiations fail and humanity ceases to exist, war will take place. What about Gandhi? Another anomaly? Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Napoleon, and all other anomalies over the ages. Should we be even calling them anomalies? They are people with no fear who learned the truth and fought for their rights. When I was 10 years old, the epoch of smartphones had begun. Producers made us think that phones are a necessity, a crucial tool for survival. They have unfortunately succeeded. And now, Google, Samsung, Apple, and many other companies gain power from what strength we could make up. They offer us tools that kill our humanity, that kill our time, and influence our ideas to their benefit indirectly. However, not only smartphones, but also TV drama shows and premeditated talk shows that distract us from what is really going on in this world. However, light still shines to those who are brave. A screwdriver can be used to sabotage, but those who are wise can use it to fix. We anomalies surface when we never accept simple answers. Today, I urge each and every one of you never to take any matter without asking questions about it. It's the small things in life that matter. So never ever let them take your right to live to your full capacity. Thank you.
Thank you. Your time was 4 minutes and 42 seconds.
Do you like to have questions? Do you have questions?
Do you have a solution to the problems you've raised? We are the listeners. What do you want us to do about it?
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick summary. We, as humans today, we are just accepting everything that is happening. People can't tell us there's a war here. Why? They tell us the reason, we accept it. Because there's a reason. We accept the reason. But should we accept the reason? Why don't we ask, why did this reason happen? So my solution is very simple, but it takes the initiative. It is the initiative to locate the truth, seek for it, and gain it. So my simple solution is just to ask questions and never accept it. Never accept the solution as a simple solution, because there's nothing simple in life. You should always see beyond what is given to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah. Let's welcome now I am Namely.
I care about Lebanon. Honorable audience, as Roger Ebert once said, Lebanon was known as a nation that rose above sectarian hatred. Beirut was known as the Paris of the Middle East. All of that was blown apart by senseless religious wars. Lebanon, I called your name with a sigh, anguish and agony. yet with some sparks of hope glittering from the minds of youth. According to Maslow's pyramid, Lebanon lacks the basic individual's right which Lebanese citizens are outcrying loudly and calling for. Social issues are rising due to the abundance of prejudice, theft, deception and manipulation, lack of electricity but presence of lack of the electricity and water but presence of the garbage in our land. All that I know is that we have to stop calling. We are living in a country that has no president. It is time, and it's our time, to alter our expertise in nagging and rise to the level where we get into action. It's unbearable that more than 33% spend more than a year looking for a job, till these high-efficiency minds migrate to Gulf countries, for example. It's ironic how they are called Lebanese leaders while they barely care about their fellow citizens. I doubt if they or their children even live in here. On Monday, 28th of March 2016, a child who belongs to a Catholic family asked his parents about the reason behind keeping him home while his classmate at school was celebrating Easter on that day. What a bright future, Lebanon! Children are absorbing sectarianism instead of love and unity. And the question is, what do you expect from these children when they are adults? Cooperation? Success? Unity? What about peace? No, that's out of the answer spectrum. Even Eid, the celebration that must unite us, is used against us to separate us. Each sector, whether Sunnah or Shia, choose when they feel it's right for them to celebrate it. Bias has distorted our vision to the extent that we are now the victims of their own success. We cannot agree on one political fact to write in one history book. We have to fight. We have to fight tooth and nail for an opportunity to change. And as Suzy Qasim once said, we must all work in harmony with each other to stand up for what is right and to speak up for what is fair. Let our wisdom guide us instead of being like puppets pulled by strings. Some of us will feel the most privileged people and envy people on the planet. But one day, for whatever reason, the puppeteer will decide to cut the strings and the puppets will fall down lifeless and powerless into the ferocious hands of fate. Ladies and gentlemen, our country's greatness depends on a hard-driving leader, not a money-driving leader, who identifies with the common man on the street and knows the country's needs and understands it on every level. Pick a cultured leader who will support true freedom of speech, education, and that chooses diplomacy over war. Unlike what happened against the campaign, which is called طلعت ريحتكم, when they were faced with anger and violence and undemocratic actions. This is undemocratic. In conclusion, live, love, Lebanon is the slogan which our brave hearts are going to fight for. We call for fairness and not hypocrisy, love and not hate, stability and not fear. Peace in our lives and not chaos. We call for a leader who's ready for transparency and not secrecy, whose leadership will inspire sons and daughters to be peacemakers, honorable decision makers, whose leadership will be steered up by conscience and not by bribe. Thank you.
Thank you. Your time was 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Judges, do you have questions?
Hi, Aya.
Hi.
Thank you for this wonderful speech. I have a question about considering that this is a speech competition coming from schools, high school,
Okay.
and you gave an example about a child who wasn't able to share the celebration of the Easter or the Eid with his other classmates. So as a student, how do you think we can start from schools to do that change that you are asking us to do in Lebanon?
Always, when I'm asked about how can I fix the problem, I always go to that underlying problem, which is education. Education can really help. We can gather parents and show them that this is actually psychologically affecting these children. We are implanting hatred, and this is not acceptable. These are children, and we have to implant love and unity so we can have a better Lebanon, so we can make Lebanon a better place for the upcoming generations. So I guess to fix the problem, we can gather the children with each other, the Maronite families and the Catholic families, so they can both know the importance of unity. And I guess from there, they'll understand how can that positively affect their psychological issues they already have. Thank you. Is there any question?
Thank you, Aya.
Thank you.
Our third contestant is Huda Sayed.
Once, I was strolling down the street. I heard a little girl asking her mom, "Mom, what is that plus shape in his necklace?" Mom looked at her and shouted aggressively, "Don't look at him, he's different." And again. Then, "Mom, why is she wearing that scarf on her head?" "Oh, she's different. Don't look at her." And again. We can hear many comments and many aggressive parents. And why? Just because they are different. Because the other is different. But our country is screaming. Our country needs us. Our country is crying. Now, good morning. Good morning, everybody. My hope today tackles a sensitive issue, which is the bedrock to resolving all problems. I care means I know. I am a part of, and I'm trying to change. I care for diversity. I care for diversity in a country which is rich in several religions, different sects, and social classes, all living under the sky of this tiny paradise. The concept of diversity encompasses acceptance and respect. In fact, the major problem that threatens Lebanese existence is acceptance. People here are raised together, but yet they didn't learn. Yet they can't accept the other being different. Diversity is a must. Even in one family, children and parents are different. But why can't we, as a society, accept this difference? Why don't we benefit from each individual success as to complement each other? People should value other individuals according to their work, having equal rights and being themselves. We should care for this difference in order to attain peace. Peace, which is the major goal of every country and every individual to sustain development. If all Lebanese people were united together, one hand, one goal, for one country, they can share ideas in order to solve all the problems. People are different because they should be. They should be special in one thing and more, to be creative. It may be too boring if we were in a garden where all flowers are colorless without a special odor. Whereas heterogeneity enriches the world.
Each individual should be unique in his or her own thoughts, character, ideas. But he should respect others being different.